Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to continue with the preparation of alcohols. As we all have seen two methods of preparation of alcohols. The first one was from alkenes by addition of water according to Markovnikov's rule, anti-Markovnikov's rule. The second method which we saw was from reduction of carbonyl compounds, and in today's video we are going to see how to prepare alcohols from Grignard reagents. So let us begin with the reaction. So in Grignard reagents technique, we are going to use a suitable carbonyl compound which can be an aldehyde or a ketone and react it with Grignard reagent. The formula of Grignard reagent, as we all know, is RMgX, where R is going to be negatively charged or it will act as a nucleophilic center. And over here in the carbonyl group, we will see carbon is positive because it is attached to electronegative oxygen atom, and this is going to be negative. So first thing we are going to say, the nucleophilic attack will take place from the Grignard reagent on the carbonyl compound. So the negative has attacked the positive center and the delocalization of pi bond takes place. The product will be C single bond O, and now this double bond has become single bond with a negative sign on oxygen atom. The R has got connected with the carbon atom, and the Mg plus will be next to the O minus. So this is the first intermediate formed, which will be called as adduct. It is a blend of the words addition product, so it is an adduct. Now this adduct will be washed or simply hydrolyzed with water in presence of acid. And when such a hydrolysis takes place, the H plus of water will be going away with the O minus, and the OH of the water will be going away with the Mg plus, and the cleavage of OMg bond takes place. The product which we will get here is COHR plus the byproduct, as you can see, MgX, and OH is attached to it. So this is the way we are going to show the reaction. So carbonyl compounds on reaction with Grignard reagents will give you alcohols depending upon the nature of the carbon atom. It can be primary, secondary or tertiary. Let us see now what different aldehydes or ketones can we take. For instance, if we write here hydrogen atoms, so the aldehyde which we get is formaldehyde. So if we take formaldehyde and react it with a suitable Grignard reagent, what product do we get? Since we have attached two hydrogens there, you can imagine that the product will also have hydrogen atoms in the end. The adduct will also have hydrogen atoms on the terminals. So what product is this? If you see, the carbon atom is a primary carbon atom because it is attached to one carbon atom. So when formaldehyde reacts with Grignard reagent, the product is always going to be a primary alcohol. Similarly, now if I change this formaldehyde to any suitable aldehyde by writing R on one of the sides, RCOH. So here also we will change the adduct, and product also will change to RCROHH. So this is your secondary alcohol because the carbon is attached to two carbon atoms. So the generalization is that apart from formaldehyde, if you start with any other aldehyde and react it with a suitable Grignard reagent, you are going to get a secondary alcohol as the product. Alright, so it is very easy. Similarly, now instead of this H, if I put R over there, the reactant now has become ketone. And if I react ketones with a suitable Grignard reagent, we will just change, the mechanism remains the same, we will just change the substituents, and now this alcohol becomes tertiary alcohol because the carbon is attached to three carbons. So we have learned a very important rule today. Grignard reagents are very useful organometallic compounds. You can see it is used for preparation of variety of alcohols, all the three alcohols, and it is always used in dry ether because it's very reactive. Let us now apply this knowledge to prepare some of the alcohols. So in exam you can get questions like prepare the following alcohols by using a suitable technique. Primary and secondary alcohols can be prepared by a variety of techniques, but for tertiary alcohols we are going to use only one technique, that's using Grignard reagent. Now let us apply our knowledge and prepare these three alcohols by using a suitable Grignard reagent. So what did we learn in the previous video was that if we see the nature of this alcohol, it is a primary alcohol. So which aldehyde are we going to use if we want to prepare primary alcohol? We had seen formaldehyde. So let us try to find out the formaldehyde portion from this compound. So you have to select one carbon atom which is attached to oxygen atom from this molecule. So one carbon atom which is attached to oxygen atom, this is that portion. This will be my portion which will comprise of formaldehyde, and the remaining portion can be written as CH3MgBr. So which two compounds when reacted will give you this ethanol? Formaldehyde and methyl magnesium bromide will give you ethanol. Let's go to the second one, that is propane 2-ol. The nature of this alcohol is secondary, and how to prepare secondary alcohols? Any suitable aldehyde plus a Grignard reagent. Let us make the aldehyde out of this compound by taking oxygen connected to carbon and connected to one more carbon. So this way I have to take this complete thing will become my aldehyde. You can see how I will write here, CH3 CH, and now we are not going to write OH but we will write double bond O. So this aldehyde is becoming CH3CHO, that is ethanol, and the remaining fragment which we have not considered is called as CH3MgBr. So how to prepare propane 2-ol is by using ethanol and methyl magnesium bromide. Let's go to the last one. This is a tertiary butyl alcohol, and how to prepare a tertiary alcohol is from ketones. What are ketones? How do they look like? We all know ketones have a skeleton of this type. So they have essentially 3 carbon atoms in a line like this. So we will try to find out where is my hidden ketone over here. 1, 2, 3. You can see 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. However you take it. We'll take it like this. So 1, 2, 3, and this oxygen also we are going to take. So my ketone becomes CH3C, and then this CH3 also you'll write, and the OH you're going to make it as double bond O. So propanone was my ketone, and the remaining fragment which goes out is CH3MgBr. So this was the technique, and I'm sure you've understood how to prepare a given alcohol from a suitable Grignard reagent. Now we are going to apply our knowledge of alcohols chapter to do these conversions. Such questions will be there in exam. You will be given the reagents on the arrows and you will have to predict the products. Let us start doing this. The first compound, as you can see, is an alkene with 4 carbons, so it is but1-ene. What you are going to do here, as you can see, the reagent we have taken is diborane and hydrogen peroxide. So if you remember, this technique is called as hydroboration oxidation, and in this technique we are going to add water molecule by anti-Markovnikov's rule. Let us apply this rule. So according to anti-Markovnikov's rule, hydrogen will be going to that carbon which has less hydrogen atoms. So this is that carbon where I am going to write the hydrogen, and this is that carbon where I am going to write the OH. Let's write the product. CH3CH2 CH2. First I will write it as the skeleton of the molecule, and then I write the hydrogen going here and the OH going here. So butane 1-ol is my major product here. The second reaction, as you can see, is thionyl chloride, the best method to prepare haloalkanes because the byproducts are gases. What do we do here? Simply remove the OH and attach Cl because it is a kind of nucleophilic substitution reaction. CH3CH2 CH2CH2, and what we are going to write there instead of OH is Cl. So this was a kind of nucleophilic substitution, and it is a primary alcohol, so it will undergo the reaction quite easily. Now what happens next is we are going to treat this with alcoholic KOH, and alcoholic KOH reminds you of beta elimination reaction. What do we do in beta elimination? We are going to remove beta hydrogen atom. Alpha carbon atom is this, the one which is attached to the functional group, and this is your beta carbon atom. And what we are going to do here is remove the beta hydrogen H plus and remove the Cl minus. So eventually you're going to get a double bond over here because H plus will go out and Cl minus will go out. Let me show you the mechanism of this first. So the H plus will be going out like this without the electrons, and the Cl goes with the electrons. What are we using here is a strong base which is going to pull out the H plus. The product would look like this: CH3, CH2, CH, double bond CH2. Bromine in the presence of light. Now if you use bromine in presence of light, what will you do? You remember, we are going to have free radical substitution reaction. So in free radical substitution, the first hydrogen which will be going out is the benzylic or the allylic. Now here there is no benzylic, but you can definitely see there is an allylic hydrogen atom. So what we will do here, we are going to write here CH3, CH, Br. So one of the allylic hydrogen atoms we have removed, single bond CH, double bond CH2. So this kind of product we are going to get here. Alright, and now let's change this reactant. Okay, also remember if this was without any light. If it was not without light, then you will just do bromination. And what product will we get in bromination is CH3, CH2, CH, single bond CH2, and this double bond will vanish and the bromine will attach at both the carbon atoms. So you will get 1,2-dibromo butane, and it is going to be distinguishing test for alkenes, bromine water test. We've taken carbon disulfide here. So with bromine in carbon disulfide, this product is obtained, and bromine in presence of light, we will get this product. This compound now we are going to subject to soda amide. What is soda amide? It's a very strong base. What does it do? It removes H plus and Cl minus. Now in this case we have Br, so it will remove HBr, and that also not just one, 2 HBrs. So it's such a strong base. So which HBr it will remove? H from the left, the Br from the right. It will remove in the first step, let's say, and the second step H from the right and Br from the left. So finally both the HBrs will go out and you will get CH3, CH2, C. Now see, these two hydrogens have gone, so you'll just write one hydrogen on the left. The Br has gone, so you get a triple bond over here. So but1ene is your final product. So please practice such conversions. The ones which are given in the NCERT textbooks are very important. You must solve them again and again so that you get a good hand at it. Okay? And if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe the channel so that you can learn many things in a better way. Thank you so much.